a lot of people are new to this, but I was true to it because I was following before there was 100,000 subscribers, like me and my sisters, and
That's Shira7. Correct?
Shira7, yes.
And I recently checked out her page, thousands and thousands of views, and she's been doing it for a very long time.
For sure.
Yes.
Millions of views.
So I was telling every woman that I met in person, like, there's a content creator that makes really good content just about, really, it seemed like how women could take their power back is how it felt. That's how it felt at the time.
Yeah.
Sprinkle.
So that when you went from a place of not wanting marriage at all, and then you started to want marriage. Was she a part of the reason?
I believe that, you know what? Probably.
Wow.
Probably.
That's actually super scary, right? Because what is Shira7's content in it? How to upgrade yourself through the use of the man. Women are hypergamous, and here are the tips and tricks in order to lock a man down. So she wasn't interested in marriage until she understood the insurance plan, the retirement plan of becoming married. It's funny how people who allow their lust for money to run their lives ends up ruining their lives.
And I hate to say that, but probably it just seemed more secure for a family. It just seemed right. It just seemed more stable, like we would be on a solid foundation. And I prayed to God about it because, you can subscribe to certain things that people talk about, but you don't have to subscribe to everything that they talk about. And I've always had a relationship with God, and Jesus is the one true Lord. And I prayed about it and asked God to send me the right man. It wasn't just about what he had. It was never about what he had.
Big cap.
Because if it was about that, I had a lot of other options with more. And it was really about how he treated my children. Because he seemed to love my boys. And he said, oh, those are my boys. You remind me of my mom. She was a single mom with 2 boys. And I would just love to help you and be there for you and be the man you guys need.
Oh, she's good.
So you know what? I want to, before we actually get deep into, this situation that took place with your husband, I think it's important to, talk about the impact. I'm actually happy you shared that because, we had that we had a debate just the other night where that was a part of the conversation because who you watch and learn from, that's discipleship. That's mentorship.
Oh my goodness.
That's who you are, in submission to.
Yes. Under
their leadership.
You know what? That's so true.
The thing about it is now when you're discipling under somebody to make the most important decision in your life, this is how I choose my partner. That's the biggest decision we make. They have a lot of influence on our future and the future of our children. What do you think was the biggest takeaway from that content creator in particular that impacted you?
Good question.
What was the biggest takeaway, or what empowered you from her in particular, that made you feel that safety and security? Like, what was it, a particular lesson or principle that was given to you?
I think that a lot of times, like I stated before, that women are taught that their value is in what's between their legs. And she was the first person that said that it was true. And you don't have to give it away to just anybody. A man should be worth your time. He should be, taking you out. He should be investing in you. He should be making your life easier if he cares about you. And that's what I took away from it.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh like this, but it's just, oftentimes it just surprises me when I see so many people, sign their allegiance over to be influenced by people. They don't have their shit together. Did you guys know that Shira7 was a practicing witch before she found the current content niche of hypergamy, of femininity through securing a man by what is between your legs and instituting a bunch of bullshit in order to trick men? Legitimately, if you go over to her live stream, you'll see women in the comments saying things to the effect of, hey, my guy makes only $80,000 per year. Should I settle for him? I have a dream today that one day Men will be judged by the content of their character and not the ducats in their bank accounts. But that'll never happen as long as you have these femininity dating coach instructors that let unmarriageable or unworthy, suboptimal women know, or think rather, that they are deserving of a high value man. And if you're not familiar with this young woman, she had a video that went viral like a month or so ago entitled I Married a Monster, telling her story after becoming one of Shira Seven's acolytes in preaching the gospel of how to bag a high value man. She now claims that that man abused not only her, but their children. And we're talking PDF file. Incredible allegations. I've done no research to understand the validity of that, so I'm not gonna pretend like I have. But I just want to see how often she removes accountability from herself within this conversation. Let's go.
I think that makes sense.
You know, I want to ask you this because, you know, right now, hindsight, you know, with where you are today, do you feel like that was the healthiest content to digest, or do you have any regrets in really watching that content to help guide your decision making?
So funny thing about me is I don't have regrets. I believe that God is
shut up.
working in perfect order, in perfect timing. And there's nothing that happens that he has not approved or seen. And unfortunately, our family, not just our family, but our family in public have, especially my daughters, have had to be sacrificial lambs.
You did it though.
Of what has happened.
What?
And
so it's God's will that your family has become public lambs that were sacrificed. No. That was your decision. It was your decision to get married to this guy. It was your decision to put your children out in the public eye, one of which they're going to have to deal with in the future. It's hard for me, as well as any masculine man, to look at somebody utilize God as a way to substantiate the decisions that they made. Faith without works is absolutely dead. There was no works here into truly understanding the person that you allowed around your children.
Yeah.
Protect them kids, baby.
So now let's talk to me about meeting your husband now, because I can imagine after you watch this content, you know, it's probably preparing you for the suitors that come into your life, how to vet them, how to manage them. Was he one of the early suitors?
yes.
Was he the first one, or were there a few guys before him?
He was one of the first few. And he pursued me heavily, which I liked. I think that women like a man that pursues and says that, you know, I want you. And
you initially met him online?
Yes, online. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We met online. I don't want to throw the website out there, but if people have been watching, then they know. You know, I don't want to make the website a bad place. That's not what it's about. But we did meet online, yes.
Sugar Daddy website.
And you meet online. You set up a date.
Yeah.
Okay. And first date goes well.
The first date went amazing. He felt like my husband.
What about, you know, the experience with him made you feel so comfortable?
I don't know. I don't know what it was. I just felt safe. I felt like he was my husband. I can't describe it. And he, even on our first date, he said, so what do you think about if we got married in 2 months?
The next time that I hear women talking about the importance and power of a woman's intuition, I'm going to send them this video. Not only is she blaming a content creator for her own damn decisions, and I hate to defend Shira goddamn 7 like that, but then also you created your own content on your platform spreading the bullshit.
And I said, I don't know, maybe. And he spit out his water because he started choking like he couldn't believe I said, oh, maybe.
Wow.
But it felt so natural and so right. Yeah.
How old were you at this time, by the way?
I was 23 or 24 or something like that.
And what was his age?
45, 43, 45, something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
So he's around 20 or so years older.
Yes, he's 20 years
Double.
old.
Got it.
Now, being a young woman at that time, 23,
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any reservations about his age, or was that a concern at all, or was
it a
that
plus?
just a typical right?
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't get introduced to dating older men until I've started watching Shira 7.
Yeah.
She just basically said, I mean, they
got money.
Yeah, exactly. They can be a better man to you. They can provide for you in the way that you would like, and your kids, and so I was like, okay. And it was a bit odd at first because I didn't initially jump right into online dating. I just, men would try to talk to me at the grocery store, and normally I just wouldn't even pay attention to older men, but I just started to be a little bit more approachable, I guess, to men of an older age. And I ended up meeting the first older man that I dated, and it was a little bit odd at first because I just wasn't used to dating an older man, but because he treated me well, it became easy. You feel like a princess.
I'm curious to, you said I started doing things to make myself more approachable to older men. Like things like what makes you more approachable to an older guy?
Just like smile more, or you can make a little more eye contact.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? That works with younger men as well.
Normally, if you don't go for a certain type, you're probably not even going to turn your head. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're not even going to look in their face. But, I was like, let me keep my options open. I always was attracted to men of color, so I typically stay in that range. But I was like, let me see about dating someone a little bit older. And after I did, I was like, oh, I can do this. It's not too bad.
That's very, very honest of you, and that makes a lot of sense. And I want to ask, the online aspect of it, was that also a part of the strategy, so to speak, to be able to identify men that might be a little bit older?
It wasn't at first.
Okay.
Actually, one of my older sisters said, why don't you just try online dating? She was like, it's not too bad. And I never had online dated, like not made any type of profile.
Right.
Because I was like, I don't want people that know me to see me on here, and it's kind of embarrassing. And, that's just was my thought process at the time. But then she was like, no, and my oldest sister, she's gorgeous. So it's not like she doesn't have in-person options. But she was like, just try it. And so I tried it, did a paid dating app because I feel like it would be a little bit more, smaller pool of better people. Yeah, exactly. And, I was able to meet, some good guys.
So how long after that first date, did you, because obviously he threw 2 months out. What happened after that first date? Did you guys continue exclusively dating?
Not really. I mean,
oh God, for any women that are paying attention to this, if a guy on a first date throws out to you, hey, do you want to get married in 2 months? That should be a damn red flag. A man that admits that when just meeting you, there's something off there. This should be obvious, but when you prioritize the idea of being a princess and being taken care of over the logic of a situation, you might lose sight of that. Let's finish up.
I mean, we kind of dealt with each other, like talked, but I kind of was just talking to people. Like I kept my options open and just was letting people get to know me.
Scrolling on
taking things slow, not really rushing anything, and not trying to get into a relationship at all. And I found that honestly, when I started dating older men, they wanted to rush into a relationship like immediately on the first date. They were like, I want you to be my woman. And I'm like, no, I don't even know you. And that's kind of just how I would, we need to get to know each other over a bit of time. And it turned out to be 6 months, not 2 months.
This content comes from Harley Initiate. I'll leave the full live stream down in the description box down below if you guys want to watch her talk at length. But sorry to say this is that, these tears to me is simply crying about being stupid. You didn't listen to God. You listened to Shira 7. This woman is crying like she is the victim when you set yourself up for the fall. It also threw me for a loop when she said that it was her taking back power. Okay, yeah, at 23 years of age, you need to take back power from a man, right? That makes sense. Especially in thinking about your definition of taking back power is treating a man like an ATM. In conclusion, the story doesn't make any sense. It's not believable by any stretch means of the imagination. And I would suggest anybody out there, don't believe us just because we have a YouTube channel, we have the hardware, we have the software, and we get up here and we talk about shit. Always cross-reference the things that I am saying, your favorite content creator is saying, so you can take enough pieces to the pie to institute it potentially if you're getting the results that you want. If you are just blindly following the things that a content creator is saying, I don't want to hear you crying about it later because of you're stupid. Until next time, YouTube.